Kwekwe, Taluise again. Alright, this video is going to be just talking about another aspect of tracking. This is going to be where, okay, remember before I talked about in tracking, you have to have a mental image of your target. That's a profile of your target. In other words, you are recreating the target within your mind's eye. Once you have the mental image of your target, generic mental image of the target in your mind's eye, you are then capable of seeing through their eyes, doing as they do, preempting them, right? The reason, and you can, like, if you lose the trail, you don't know where they went. If you have the generic mental image of them, you can make the choice that they would make, and you can continue, and you can pick their trail up later. Without the generic mental image of them, you will lose them. And so it's critical that you create that generic mental image of the target. Now, so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about, it's real simple. If you have a good sign, like one good footprint, one good sign, but you've lost the trail, this is what you do. Stop, kneel down, look at your target, look at your footprint. That's the last sign of your target. Okay, go to the generic mental image of your target. Now, look forward while you're still crouched down, near the footprint or the sign, whatever the evidence of the sign. Don't foul the sign, as they say. Don't mess it up. Don't screw up the footprint. Okay, important, because you may have to come back to it at some point if this doesn't work. So kneel down next to it, look forward. What you're looking for are what are called openings, or some people call them doorways or pathways or trails or whatever. It doesn't really matter what you call it. It is essentially, here's the last sign, and they went in that direction. Look for openings. 9 times out of 10, there is only 1 or 2 possible ways they could have gone. It's usually like a trail, then more than likely they've stayed on the trail. But now if the trail splits, you don't have to go from the footprint up to the trail and look around. If you have the generic mental image of your target, then what you do is from the footprint that you know is them, that is good sign, then you, with your eyes, you look forward. Then from that footprint, you try to find the next sign. Without going up there, try to find the next sign. This is important because sometimes when you're right on top of signs, it'll screw up your ability to put things together. You want to try to see the sign a little farther back. So you go where you know is good sign, and then you try to see forward to look for the next sign. If you leave that footprint and walk forward and start looking for the new sign, you're operating in a world where you're already lost. But if you stay near the sign that you know is good, you're operating in a world where you've not lost them. See, when you're by the footprint, you've lost. When you're by the footprint, you have not lost them. When you leave the footprint and go into unknown territory, you have lost them. So it's almost like a magical psychological thing. Stay near the sign that is good, then look for. From there, look for the next sign. When you're looking for the next sign, also study the opening. Use that generic mental image. Where'd they go? Did they stay on the main path, or did they turn that way? Try to access that generic mental image. The combination of utilizing the generic mental image with making a bridge between the sign you're looking for and the sign you found, twisting those two together, is what will help you pick the actual next step. So there you go. Next time you're on the trail of something, whether it's whatever, you're tracking people or you're tracking deer, whatever, and you've kind of got lost, go to the sign, and the very first thing you should do is, this is the last sign. Then, obviously look around. Okay, is there another good sign? When you've located the absolute best sign, then rely on that, and then look forward. Access your critical thinking skills, access the generic mental image, and look from the good sign for the next sign. Don't just start wandering off looking for signs, because you're lost at that point. There you go.